Welcome to QUp. In this video we are going to show you its main features and elements that are going to help you to boost the quality of your learning mobility projects. Let's start with setting the language for English, which we're going to use for the purposes of this video. A part of English you can choose out of 12 different languages. Let's log into the Q profile. That will help us to use the QUp in the most beneficial way. If you don't have your profile and account yet, just simply click here, fill in the details, and click on register. See that we have the profile already, we're just following to login. After logging in, you have the access to the Q dashboard, where you can see your profile information, notifications about the projects to be rated or created by your partners, the project you work on, or alone or with the partners, and you can see also the status of the project. You can see also the pinned resources that are relevant or important for you and you would like to have easier and quick access to them. And on the right bottom side you can see the ratings that you or your partners rated for your projects. Continuing to the left side panel, we can see the main element of the QUp called Rate Q, Create Q and Search Q, where Q stands for the quality. We can see also the other sections of the QUp, which we will present to you later. The first function we would like to present to you is the Rate Q. You can rate your international youth project against the EPLM quality principles for learning mobility. If you're wondering what the quality principles are, you can just simply check the handbook on quality in learning mobility, where you can find these principles and indicators that we work with in the QUp. Going back to the Rate Q, you just simply put your project name, let's call it Let's Play in Nature, and you choose the type of the project that you work on. Let's say it was a youth exchange, and below here you can see the principles according which you give stars. 1 is the lowest rating, 5 is the best. And if you're not sure about the principle itself, you can just simply unfold it and you can see the relevant indicators to the principle itself, and you can rate individually each indicator. If you're not sure if this applies to you or you know the answer, you just simply can leave it blank. So we can rate it like this, just by an example. We fold it again and we continue to the next indicator. You see that if you unfold it and rated it, you just have stars in here. So let's give it some example. Unfold it. I go one by one. Okay, let's give this 5 stars. When we fold it back again, we see just average. And I continue for the purposes of this video to rate it. I leave those two, which is practicalities and adequate preparation, blank. And I will show you later on what also it does with it, with the rating. Once you finish the principles that are in there, you can also add your project elements that maybe you can rate something else that is really important or relevant for your project. So for example, let's say food during the exchange, and I can say it was just amazing. Or we can just also consider that venue was or was not eco-friendly. And with this case, I really have to admit that no, it was very, very bad. It was not totally eco-friendly. If I'm satisfied, if I'm done with my rating, I just simply click on to see the result. What's the result of quality of my project? Wait a bit, and here you can see that okay, my project reached 65%, which is pretty great. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. You can again check your ratings, how did you rate, and here below you can see some examples of resources that might help you to put more quality in your mobility projects or to inspire to improve yourself. The options that are here, we can see that we can just delete the rating if we are not sure with it. We can share the rating and invite the others to rate the project of us with us and to have more ratings together. You can write a message. So for example, hello Mark, I would like to kindly ask you to rate the project of ours. Thanks, Peter. And and just add the email address. So to you that. Here we go. And here you see the confirmation message that the rating invitation was sent, and Mark or the other user will receive the invitation in the notification and also by email. Some more function you can use is sharing the ratings on the social medias, and as well you can compare the ratings if there are 2 or more ratings of the same project. I'll show you this in a while on our dashboard. We can go below and we can say that, hey, this project and this project were the same. Let's now consider them as the same. You click on these 2 arrows, and here you see the comparison of the ratings. Let's pretend those are the same ratings, and we can see the differences in ratings of one user and let's say mine that I rated a while ago. You can see that my friend was really not sure about the needs and participants based principle, but I rated it because I had an overview or had an insight. This serves as a very good opportunity for starting discussing the quality, uh, seeing the ways where you could improve, what could be done better, and maybe to share it also with the others. Create queue function brings you an opportunity to design your future mobility project together with your peers or colleagues according to 16 project questions that are based on EPLM quality indicators and principles. You simply start by adding a name to your project. We would put Quality Rocks. It's going to be a good name for our project, and it should be Youth Exchange. You save and start. You see yourself as a user in your team, but you would like to start working with somebody else. You just simply write an email of the person. So that. There we go. And you can see that your partner has been added to the section of project partners. What you can do, you can grab the user and put it also to the co-owners. We'll show you in a while the difference between project partner and the co-owner. Just put save. You can also drop some files, for example, program guide or any PDF from the meeting minutes or project proposal that will be relevant for you to work with. Here you can delete your project design if you're really not sure about it anymore. You can add the cloud storage link, for example, Google Drive, where you will store all the documents related with your project proposal. Close. And here you can edit the details that you already added. Here you see the 16 questions that will lead you to write your project, to think about different aspects of your project, of the quality, and they are following the principles. They have all the same. They have the same design, where you can see the window where you just write your answers or thought or whatever you want. And here are the comments where you can add a comment which are not going to be visible in the proposal, but these comments are, for example, for your partners that write a project together with you. A bit of technical note, when I'm writing now the example of the text, it's going to be a bit of stacking because we're recording the screen, but otherwise it worked just fine. Let's put right the text. Okay, the right left, but anyway, it's just a technical problem due to recording. Here you can see the lock symbol. When you are finished with answering on the question, you or your partners, you just lock it and you know that, okay, this question is ready and it's completed. You can go to another question. You don't need to go in order. You can complete them in whatever order you want, just how you feel, how you have a time, and how you find it useful. If you're stuck, if you're not sure what to write, what to think about, what should be written in there, you just can find a box symbol. When you open it, it will lead you to the resources related with this principle and with the question. Here you can see the areas, and you can see also the number of resources we will find there. When you open it, you can just take a look, okay, how could I create a typical participant? You just read it, and once you have an idea after it, you just write your answer in here. You can simply, again, hide the resource and continue editing the things. Here we go, and again, write write something. All right, and you can lock it again if you're ready. And if you continue like this till the end, at the end, if you are sure that okay, your project is ready to be exported and maybe shared with the others, you can click in here the new button which says print, where you can export or download your result in your project application. Here you can download it as an editable document, or you can copy the text and paste it into your for example, Google document. Oh, click on paste, copy. You have a pop-up window, and when I just paste it, you see that already my 2 questions were answered and are here, and I can work with it again. And I can also print it out, or just simply go back. So this is the create queue function where you can really design your project according to quality principles, and then you can continue working on it in your particular funding application, whether it is Erasmus Plus or European Solidarity Corps, but important is it is a youth mobility project. And the last but not least, we have a search queue function where you can find a lot of inspirational resources for your mobility project. You can search according to format or the tags that are here. We can find some advanced material. You can find some material related with fundings, cooperation, inclusion, participation or recognition. And also you can find different formats. You can just see the checklist if you have everything and you didn't forget about anything, or you can just be looking for the food for thought that will help you to think about anything. And as you saw in the previous chapter of the Create Queue, all those resources are gathered around 16 project questions. So for example, when you open this one, you have the introduction of it, and again, there are some categories with the resources in there. Each resource is marked with its format and also with its type. Here you can see a star and you can see a pin symbol. Star serves for the purposes that if you click it as a start, you will have the resource always visible in the first place. So for example, if there will be 20 of resources and you put a star, this resource will be shown on the beginning, on the top of it. And the pin is the one that you would like to pin this resource on your queue dashboard, so it's going to be available easily from there. And if you want to read it, you just click on it and the resource is opened. You can find some related queue resources with the topic. And again here, with the function for resources, you can just add comments to each resources to the queue manager, to queue admins, in order you find something there maybe missing or wrong, or maybe you have some another idea what we could do with the resource, or we could put more details in it. You just simply send us a comment. And submit it. Or you can share the resource again on social media. What you can also do, you can just simply click on a bar and copy the address. If you find something missing that you know that yeah, with the need analysis, I have something really valuable that organizations or people would really benefit from, then just click here and tell us more and send it to us. We'll receive it and we'll be able to upload a new resource to the database. Alongside the 3 main functions, rate queue, create queue, and search queue, you can find the other sections of the queue app. For example, you can go to queue inspiration and just to find some articles and information about the queue app. If you're not sure about the queue app and you would like to recap it, you can find the queue app in the short tutorial videos that will just simply present you the elements and the main functions. Alongside this video, you'll find them really useful and you can share them also with the others. If you are interested in what's new in the queue app world, you just click on the queue news and you can find some latest updates about the quality or the queue app itself. Quality wouldn't be here without dedicated professionals who believe in quality and put their heart into the work with the queue app and the queue world. Our ambassadors are coming from European countries, speaking many different languages, which you can find depicted in here. So you can select your preferred language if it's not English. Then you can also find a lot of contact ways how to be in touch with them, how to write them an email and question in order to maybe ask them how to work with the Q app or how to incorporate equality in your learning mobility projects. If you're not sure about the technical content or administration, feel free to write us. We'll be happy to answer you and to help you. If you're browsing through QApp and you're not sure about the meaning of some words or terms, you can simply go to Q Glossary section and find these words and to understand in which context we use them in the quality. Here you'll find a lot of frequently asked questions which might give you an answer before asking to the admins, so feel free to go through, browse and find your answer in here. If you still will not find your answer, just feel free to ask the administrator the question which you can ask here and send it to us. And least but not last, you will find information about the QApp, its background, its origin, who is behind it, who we can give a credit to, who is the sister of the QApp, which we call a handbook on quality in learning mobility, and also who can we give credits to, or what we do with your personal information, or how do we use your data for. If you would have still any questions, feel free to write to us to our email, which is the qapp@southeu.net, or just find the Q Ambassador section and write anything else to us or to our admins or to Q Ambassadors. And we are coming back to dashboard. Any information we've been going through, you will find in here. We're happy that you chose the Q app to work on the quality of your learning mobility, and we are here for you if you have any questions and you would like to know more.